Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP Today. As the MotoGP Championship heads towards its thrilling conclusion, the choice of the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya as the final venue has sparked mixed feelings among the riders. While Marc Marquez expresses a desire for a different track, Fabio Quartararo sees potential for his Yamaha team. Here's a closer look at their perspectives. As the MotoGP season approaches its climax, the battle between Pecco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin has captured the spotlight. Ducati's Davide Tardozzi has shared his thoughts on their intense rivalry following the Malaysian Grand Prix. Let's delve into his insights on this thrilling title race. The Malaysian Grand Prix proved to be a defining moment in Francesco Bagnaia's 2024 season, showcasing both his incredible talent and his struggles under pressure. As the reigning champion fights to keep his title hopes alive, let's take a closer look at the highs and lows from Sepang. As the 2024 MotoGP season heads towards its thrilling conclusion, Jorge Martin finds himself on the cusp of history. He aims to become the first rider in the MotoGP era to win the championship with a satellite team. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Despite being a two-time winner at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya, Marc Marquez has voiced his preference for a different circuit to host the season finale. After finishing third in the Catalan Grand Prix earlier this year, Marquez reflected on his mixed feelings about the track. "No, it's not a good track for me," he stated bluntly, indicating his lack of enthusiasm for the venue. While Marquez may not favor Barcelona, he remains optimistic about his performance potential. After a strong showing in Sepang, where he finished second in the sprint race and ran competitively, Marquez believes he can rise to the occasion, even on tracks where he has struggled in the past. Marquez also acknowledged the unpredictability of weather conditions in November, which could complicate the race. He noted that such factors can significantly influence performance and race strategy. "Of course, I would prefer another track, but in the end, it is the track on the calendar, so we will try to do our 100%. And we will have tricky conditions about the weather, because in November you never know." Quote from Marquez. For Alex Espargaro, the Barcelona race holds special significance as it marks the final round of his full-time MotoGP career at his home circuit. Reflecting on his previous success there, Espargaro is hopeful for a positive outcome. "For sure it will be very special because on my last race with Aprilia I will be able to be at home with my family and my friends very close, so this is the only small positive thing." Quote from Espargaro. Espargaro's teammate Maverick Vinales is currently waiting for final confirmation of the race venue, as it will replace the flood-damaged Valencia. Vinales expressed a desire for rest amid the stressful racing calendar. "When it is confirmed, we will go. So, not much to say, I just want to go back home and rest a little bit, to be honest. 7 weeks, it's very stressful." Quote from Vinales. In contrast to Marquez's reservations, Fabio Quartararo views Barcelona as a chance for Yamaha to improve upon previous performances. Despite the challenges the track presents, he remains optimistic. "I think it's a great choice. The grip is super low, we miss a lot the grip there, and this is our biggest weak point." Quote from Fabio Quartararo. Quartararo's teammate, Alex Rins, is eager to assess whether Yamaha's improvements in the second half of the season will translate to success in Barcelona's challenging conditions. "Let's see in Montmello, in the last race, it's a track with really low grip. So let's do our best and let's see if our bike improved a little bit." Quote from Alex Rins. As the MotoGP finale approaches at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya, the contrasting sentiments from the riders highlight the mix of excitement and apprehension surrounding this pivotal race. With the title on the line and emotions running high, fans are sure to witness a thrilling conclusion to the 2024 season. Ducati exited the Sepang circuit with commendable performances from its riders. Enea Bastianini stood out by securing third place in both the sprint and feature races. Despite a crash during Saturday's race, Bagnaia made a remarkable comeback to win the Grand Prix, ensuring the title fight remains alive as they head to Montmello, which replaces Chest on the calendar due to the recent Dana disaster. Tardozzi praised the thrilling contest between Bagnaia and Martin, highlighting it as a rebuttal to critics who claim overtaking is rare in MotoGP. The fierce battle they displayed was a refreshing sight for fans of the sport. Tardozzi expressed deep respect for Martin's performance under pressure, noting that his willingness to fight Bagnaia amid the championship's intensity exemplifies his status as a worthy leader in the standings. "It was wonderful, a point for MotoGP and the answer from Pecco and Jorge to those who say that in MotoGP you can't overtake. I take my hat off to Martin. Fighting so openly with Pecco makes him worthy of being first in the standings. Great merit from Martin." Quote from Davide Tardozzi. Reflecting on Bagnaia's current position, Tardozzi acknowledged the challenges they face, emphasizing that despite winning 10 out of 19 races, they find themselves 24 points behind Martin. He attributed this gap to errors that have hindered their title chase. "It's a shame that having won 10 races out of 19, we are 24 points behind. But that means that we make more mistakes than Jorge, so he deserves to win the championship." Looking ahead to the final round, Tardozzi stated that their primary goal is to secure victories in both races in Barcelona. Bagnaia's previous missteps in sprint races remain a concern, but the team is committed to improving their strategy. "Our goal is to win both races in Barcelona. Martin will try to hold off Pecco and bring home the necessary points. Our objective is to win both races in Barcelona," Tardozzi concluded. With the title battle intensifying, the rivalry between Bagnaia and Martin is set to deliver an exhilarating finale at Montmello. As Tardozzi emphasizes the importance of their performances, fans can expect nothing less than a thrilling showdown in the closing races of the season. Heading into the Malaysian GP, Bagnaia found himself in a precarious position, trailing Jorge Martin by 17 points. With the stakes high, Martin emphasized the pressure on Bagnaia to secure a victory. After a promising start with a strong practice session and pole position, expectations were high for the reigning champion. However, the sprint race proved to be a major setback for Bagnaia. Known for his difficulties in sprint events this season, he crashed out early, costing him valuable points and allowing Martin to extend his championship lead to 29 points. "We know perfectly that the only negatives that I have is on the sprint races. This is a shame from my point of view, but Jorge was just better on the Saturdays this season." Quote from Francesco Bagnaia. Despite the setback, Bagnaia entered the main event determined to respond. His competitive spirit shone through as he battled with Martin, trading leads 13 times within the first 3 laps, showcasing the intensity of their rivalry. "Honestly, long races I feel that I can fight. I'm always gaining positions, I'm always attacking." The pivotal moment came on lap 3 when Bagnaia seized the lead for the final time. By lap 5, he had established a significant gap, eventually winning the race by over 3 seconds. This victory marked his 10th of the season, reinforcing his prowess on longer formats, but also highlighting the contrasting challenges he faces in sprints. "I changed the power delivery map, but it was too conservative. I was able to be a bit faster." Bagnaia's win in Malaysia puts him in elite company alongside legends like Marc Marquez and Casey Stoner. Yet, despite his impressive record, the shadow of his sprint race struggles looms large. Ducati's Davide Tardozzi pointed out that without the issues in sprints, Bagnaia would have a significant lead in the championship. Ironically, without the sprints, Bagnaia would be 24 points in the lead of the championship instead of behind. Quote from Davide Tardozzi. As the season heads to Barcelona, where Bagnaia has shown strength in the past, the upcoming races will be crucial. With his recent mistakes and inconsistencies, the pressure mounts for Bagnaia to deliver consistent performances in both sprints and Grand Prix events. The Malaysian GP showcased the duality of Bagnaia's season, brilliance marred by costly errors. With the championship still within reach, all eyes will be on the reigning champion as he battles to reclaim his title in the closing rounds of the 2024 MotoGP season. Following a gripping race in Malaysia, where Martin secured a second-place finish behind Francesco Bagnaia, the Spanish rider remains just 14 points away from the championship. Despite his initial reluctance to discuss numbers, he acknowledged the need to strategize for the final race weekend in Barcelona from November 15th to 17th. "I think the time has come to talk about numbers. I don't want to change anything about the routine or work strategy," Martin added. His performance in Malaysia showcased his tactical approach to racing. Engaging in an intense battle with Bagnaia, they exchanged positions multiple times in the first few laps. Ultimately, Martin opted to settle for second place, recognizing the importance of safeguarding his championship hopes. "I wanted to win, but I knew when to stop and when to settle for second place." Martin entered the race with a 29-point lead, and while second place was sufficient for him to maintain a comfortable margin, the fierce competition with Bagnaia only added to the excitement. He reflected on the thrill of racing at such high stakes. "It's a source of pride to have a rival like Bagnaia. Being able to push him to the limit makes what we're both doing more valuable." With the championship coming down to the final race, Martin understands the significance of performing well in the Barcelona sprint. Winning that race would not only secure points but also put him in a favorable position to claim the title. "If I win the sprint, I will have 12 points that would automatically make me world champion." Martin has experienced remarkable success this season, with 7 sprint victories and 30 podium finishes overall. However, he recognizes the challenge ahead, especially against a formidable Bagnaia. As Martin prepares for the last race, he is focused on mental and physical readiness. After 2 months away from home, he looks forward to recharging before the critical showdown. "It will be very difficult in a final Grand Prix to beat a Pecco in the form he's in now. I'm looking forward to going home. But it's the hardest. The closer you get to the end, the more mentally complicated everything becomes." If successful, Martin would make history as the first rider to win a championship with a satellite team in the MotoGP era. Despite his current position, he believes it won't be his only opportunity to fight for the title. "I think I have many years left in MotoGP. I have a great opportunity and I don't want to waste it," concluded. Martin's journey toward the championship reflects the resilience and determination required to compete at the highest level. With everything on the line in Barcelona, fans eagerly await a thrilling conclusion to the 2024 MotoGP season. Will Martin seize his moment in history, or will Bagnaia's experience prevail? The final race promises to deliver an unforgettable spectacle. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you in the next video.